Attention passionate Washington Commanders fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Washington Commanders' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Washington Commanders fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS, and Washington, Commanders FANS. Let's get to the news now, folks. This isn't just some random rumor floating around. No, this is a serious speculation that has NFL insiders buzzing, and it's all about a potential blockbuster trade that could reshape the landscape of the NFC East. You've probably heard the whispers. Garrett Wilson, the Jets' exciting young wide receiver, possibly heading to Washington in exchange for a future second-round pick. Yeah, you heard that right. The Jets, sitting at 3-7 and with their cap space stretched thin, around $10 million, they're apparently looking to shake things up. Their main focus, rebuilding the cap, especially considering they're prioritizing a quarterback upgrade, and that means moving some assets to free up room for their next chapter. Meanwhile, the Commanders, also sitting at 3-7, are dealing with a different kind of challenge. Injuries have decimated their wide receiver core, despite Terry McLaurin being active on the field. It's clear that the offense needs a spark, especially in the YAC, yards after catch, that can turn drives into scoring opportunities. Garrett Wilson, with his explosiveness and proven ability to rack up YAC, could be exactly what Washington needs right now. He's not just a deep threat. He's a versatile receiver who can make plays in multiple ways, adding a new dimension to the offense, especially with their limited options due to injuries. Wilson's stats are pretty impressive when you look at his career so far. In just 7 games this season, he's caught 36 passes on 59 targets, racking up 395 yards and averaging an eye-popping 11 yards per catch. He's also scored 4 touchdowns, showcasing his ability to find the end zone. His career totals sit at 250 catches for 500 yards and 20 touchdowns, and his PFF grade has been consistently solid with a career score of 88. 9. Wilson's YAC, yards after catch, averages around 5.8 yards per reception, which is elite, especially considering how many plays he can turn into big gains. His injury history, with some quadriceps issues limiting him to just 3 games this season, is a concern, but when he's healthy, he's a game changer. Now, why would the Jets be willing to let go of Wilson? Well, sources suggest they're making the move to free up about $16 million in cap space, which they want to use to sign a successor for Aaron Rodgers. The Jets are very much in win-now mode, and with their offensive line leaking sacks, over 30 so far, they're looking to bolster their protection and rebuild their roster. Wilson's departure could be part of that plan, especially if they believe they can recoup draft capital while focusing on their quarterback situation. For Washington, acquiring Wilson wouldn't just be a short-term upgrade. It could be a long-term game-changer. Imagine Wilson lining up opposite McLaurin, giving the Commanders a dynamic duo that defenses would hate to face. His ability to stretch the field and create YAC opportunities would open up the entire offense, making life easier for the quarterback, whether it's Sam Howell or whoever steps in. Wilson's presence could boost the offense by over 0 yards, pushing their total yardage into more competitive territory, and elevating their points per game from a modest 20 to a more respectable 26 or 27. That's a significant leap, especially considering how close they've been in recent weeks. And it's not just about raw yardage. The red zone efficiency could see a huge jump, going from around 45% success to over 60%. That kind of improvement can turn close games into victory margins. Plus, Wilson's ability to generate YAC means the offense becomes more unpredictable and explosive, forcing defenses to stay honest and open up space for other receivers like Jahan Dotson or Curtis Samuel. His addition could also help reduce sacks. If he can create big plays quickly, the pressure on the line isn't as relentless, and the quarterback gets more time to make decisions. Talking about the offensive line, the Commanders have been dealing with issues all season long. Sacks have been a problem, with over 30 allowed so far, and that's a number that needs to come down if they want to contend. Wilson's ability to turn short passes into significant gains helps mitigate some of that pressure, giving Howell or whoever is under center a little more breathing room. Plus, Wilson's versatility and route running, averaging around 2 yards per route, means he can work all over the field, making him a perfect fit for the Commanders' offensive scheme. Now, on the defensive side, the impact of this potential trade could be felt in a different way. With an upgraded offense, the defense could be more rested, less on the field for extended periods. That's crucial because Washington's defense has been struggling to stay dominant, ranking in the bottom 27 in yards allowed per game. Improving the offense and keeping the defense fresh could be the key to climbing up those rankings, turning the team into a more complete threat in the NFC. Looking at the bigger picture, a Wilson trade could signal a significant shift in how the Commanders approach their future. It's about adding a piece that can help them win now, while also building toward a more explosive and unpredictable offense. Wilson's proven track record in the league and his ability to make plays in clutch moments make him a perfect fit for a team that's eager to climb back into playoff contention. His presence could be the catalyst that pushes Washington from a good team into a dangerous playoff contender, especially if combined with the right coaching adjustments and continued growth from the young core. Now, let's not forget the potential playoff implications. Wilson's addition could boost the Commanders' odds of making a deep run, especially considering his previous playoff experience and ability to perform under pressure. If he can replicate even a fraction of his 2024 season success, like his 120 yards and 2 touchdowns against the Patriots, Washington's offensive ceiling rises significantly. That, combined with improvements in red zone efficiency and reducing sacks, could tip the balance in tightly contested games, which are often decided by just a few key plays. And what about the division? The NFC East has been a battleground, with the Eagles, Cowboys, and Giants all fighting hard. Adding a player like Garrett Wilson could give the Commanders a crucial edge, especially if it helps them close the gap on the top teams or even surpass them. The division races are often decided by a handful of plays, and having that kind of explosive weapon could be the difference maker in tight matchups. It's about not just competing but dominating, and this trade might be exactly what the Commanders need to become serious contenders in the second half of the season and into next year. Of course, everything hinges on the details of the trade, what the Jets are willing to give up, how Washington plans to integrate Wilson into their system, and how healthy he can stay. But the potential here is huge. Imagine Wilson lining up in the slot or on the outside, creating mismatches all over the field, forcing defenses to game plan around him. It's a scenario that excites fans and analysts alike, and if it comes true, it could be the move that sets the Commanders on a new, more promising trajectory. So, to sum it all up, this potential Garrett Wilson trade is more than just a rumor. It's a statement. It's a signal that Washington is serious about competing now and building a future that's explosive, unpredictable, and tough to defend. With Wilson's talent and the right supporting cast, the Commanders could see their offense transform into one of the league's most dangerous units, giving them a real shot at climbing the NFC hierarchy and making some noise in the playoffs. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Washington Commanders news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Washington Commanders fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential trade? Do you think Garrett Wilson would be the perfect addition to elevate this team to new heights? Or do you believe the price might be too high and they should focus on other areas? Drop your thoughts in the comments below because your opinion matters so much to us and to the future of this team. Remember, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Washington Commanders news. This season is shaping up to be one of the most exciting in recent memory, and with moves like these, the Commanders could be heading towards something special. Let's keep the faith, stay loud, and keep pushing toward our next Super Bowl.